Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of my recent music finds. Going into last year, I think even into January, I was doing these in two parts. I was doing a CD video, and then I was also doing a vinyl video. Well, the last couple of months, I've really downsized my buying and just different things happening. I did receive a lot of VCLT. For those that don't know, that is those are gifts that have been given to me by friends here on YouTube. And I make special videos just for those. Like my buddy Alex was here earlier in March, and he gave me some really nice gifts. My friend Steve gave me a bunch of CDs, which I did a video on not too long ago. So I had a couple of videos like that. So I don't show those videos. They've already gotten a special spot. With that said, I am going to show a few records that I did buy while I was with Alex. Those were on his channel, but then, just for the viewers that maybe missed that, I'm going to show them here because they were on a video on another channel. So with that said, I've got three CDs this month that weren't given special treatment. Two of these were also gifts from non-YouTube members, but still viewers of my channel. This is from, you guessed it, my cousin Ethan, Metallica and Justice for All. Ethan got the latest remaster. This is from 1988. I do have a couple of Metallica records. I know one was given to me by Aaron with the Alamare, which I actually really enjoyed. So who knows? Maybe I'll get into it. So thank you, Ethan. Always appreciate you, my man. My dad, who also is very positive in my music scene, as it were. He gave me this album. This is a lesser known album, David Wilcox, How Did You Find Me Here? I'm going to point out Chris Prophy, Glenn Kellaway, Robert S. from Robscure Music. You all would love this album. David Wilcox, late 80s. This is 1989. This has one of his bigger songs, Eye of the Hurricane. He's an incredible acoustic guitar player. I think he even patented a certain capo, which is the little clamp that goes on the neck of the guitar. He patented one back in the 80s that he invented, so that's pretty cool. So he's just a prodigy. Really, really fun, kind of easygoing guitar music with great vocals from David. So thank you, Dad. And then this was a new album that came out earlier this year. Picked this up at Barnes & Noble. This is the self-titled Liam Gallagher and John Squire. Obviously, Liam Gallagher, the lead singer of Oasis, and who's had a successful solo career in the last few years. And then John Squire, who was a member of the Stone Roses, one of the earlier purveyors of the Britpop movement in the 80s and 90s. They put a record together. John wrote all the songs, played guitar on a bunch of it, well, on all of it. Really, really good crunchy guitar, rock and roll record. Check it out if you like that sort of thing. And those are my CDs. Let me jump into let me go ahead and show the record show finds that I showed on Alex's channel. This was a cool find for me with the hype. Check that out, JC at the flip side. This is a promotional 12-inch 3-song sampler from Saved by Bob Dylan, which was the second of his gospel records that came out in the 70s and 80s. This is from 1980. You can see that beautiful, beautiful for promotion only stamp, white label. This has Solid Rock, Are You Ready, and What Can I Do For You? And let me just show you something that I found kind of cool. Look at, if you can see that, look at all that dead wax. And again, dead wax, for those that don't know, is the space where there are no songs. Obviously that side only has one, but there's a lot of dead space there. Haven't played this yet, but I mean, it's clean as a whistle. And really, I got it because of the novelty of it. I'm a Dylan fan. I got it for like $7 or $8. Talked the vendor down a couple of dollars, and that was kind of like the cool thing about that record show that Alex and I went to. It was that I think between the both of us, neither one of us paid sticker price on any of these records. So there's that. This is one that has escaped me for a while. This is the Monkees' Missing Links. Although this is the original copy from Rhino Records with that really cool Rhino hype. They always have a lot of information on the hype. And look at the inner sleeve. It's polylined so it's nice and static free, but it has all sorts of, what else is on Rhino Records. Missing Links were a bunch of B-sides, alternate takes, demos that never really made it out, including a few songs that would end up on the first Michael Nesmith records. So I'm really, really happy to have this original. This is one that has escaped me as well. This is the Monkees Present, whatever you want to say. This was the second album without Peter Tork, and the last to feature Michael Nesmith until Just Us in the 90s. The Monkees, obviously, the show had ended, so they were not, they were not seen as a moneymaker by that point for Coal Gems. Although this is a very clean copy on the original Coal Gems label. And Alex and I were talking at the show. These Monkees records, because their primary clientele were teenage girls. And teenagers in the party lifestyle. These are party records, so they were very, very torn up and scribbled on and all that good stuff. So this was actually a really good copy, and it's an original Coal Gems. So very happy to have that with two of my favorite Nesmith songs, "Good Clean Fun" and "Listen to the Band," which kind of became known as like the Nesmith anthem song. Let me move that. Next. Well, I guess the last two were Paul Simon records that I picked up at the show. Again, look at that hype. This is still crazy after all these years. Paul Simon, huge album for him. Great stuff on here. Still crazy after all these years. My Little Town, which was kind of like a Simon and Garfunkel reunion song. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Gone at Last, which is like a gospel song. Have a Good Time was a moderate tune for him. 1975. Original Inner Sleeve, and again, that awesome hype, and this is clean as a whistle as well, so very happy to have that on vinyl. And I had to have this album. My goal is to have my favorite albums of all time all on vinyl, my top 10 anyway. This is one of them, Graceland. Again, clean as a whistle. There's hardly any ring wear. The only thing that is really annoying is there's a little bit of like an ink scribble there, and a little one right there on the side, if you can see it. But other than that, I mean, again, clean as a whistle copy. Original inner sleeve with the lyrics. Obviously, I mean, this was a huge record for him. Graceland, You Can Call Me Al, the title track, Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes, That Was Your Mother, Gumboots, I Know What I Know, All Around the World, or The Myth of the Fingerprints. So happy to have this as a clean copy and to get it for like $5. Awesome. So next are going to be new albums and reissues that I picked up, and then I'll be out of your hair. Last month, I know I showed that I picked up the latest Lemon Twigs record, although there's a new one coming out very soon. But this is, I think this is their first. This is Do Hollywood. The Lemon Twigs are a pair of brothers. That's for you, Steve, at All the World's a Stage. That look at that cool label there. They pull a lot from the glam era, but also very heavily influenced by the Beach Boys, harmony vocals, power pop, sunshine pop. Again, a little bit of glam, T-Rex kind of stuff. Just really, really cool guys. I mean, they have a lot of the older generation that get behind them. I know Brian Wilson and Al Jardine of the Beach Boys get behind them. I know that Iggy Pop, he wrote their hype sticker on their last album. The Zombies like them a lot, so they have their cred from the older generation. So the Lemon Twigs Do Hollywood. I snagged that. I also picked up the latest in the High Fidelity series from Rhino. This is American Beauty by the Grateful Dead. It was the second of their two kind of Americana country-ish albums. This is from 1970. Yeah, 70. Again, this was one of like the limited edition, limited quantity. If you're interested, I have 3717 out of 5,000. So, sounds great. The only thing, again, I know Mazzy did a video. There's that gatefold, and it's sturdy, super sturdy, glossy cover. You can see these Rhino High Fidelities, and I have a couple. I have Coltrane Sound. I have his band, The Street Choir by Van Morrison. They don't fit in normal record sleeves. So like right now, I don't have a record sleeve for this, which is very frustrating. Plus, it comes with like this little like obi strip that kind of makes it even more difficult to get into a thing. But yeah, so this is 180 gram original from the original analog tapes by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, pressed at Optimal Media. Heavyweight gatefold jacket, exclusive insert with notes by David Gans, limited edition to 5,000. This obviously has, you know, Ripple, Box of Rain, Truckin', Broke Down Palace. It's a huge album for them. Addicts of My Life, Operator, Sugar Magnolia, Friend of the Devil. It's essentially, you know, it's pretty much all stuff that would become live staples for the Grateful Dead. So it sounds great. I love it. Again, back to that whole, you know, albums that are my favorites. This is my favorite album of all time. Finally got it on vinyl. This is Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. Obviously a big turning point for them. It was the Beach Boys full on embracing the Beatles rivalry after Brian Wilson heard Rubber Soul. And this is the Record Store Day exclusive that have been coming out every month on Coke bottle clear vinyl. As you can see there, I'm not even going to take it out, on the Rainbow Capital label. The only issue that I have with this, and again, there's the original back with all the collage images. This obviously has Sloop John B, Wouldn't It Be Nice, God Only Knows, Caroline No, good stuff on here, You Still Believe in Me. The issue that I have with this is that I paid top dollar for this last month, and there's nothing else that comes with it. It's not a gatefold. It's not, you know, heavy duty packaging. It's not, there's not a booklet or anything like that. It's not a new cut. It was just, you know, a special green, which again is okay. I wish more had come with it and that it was a little bit better quality. So it's going to kind of make me reconsider these RSD essentials. I only have one other. I have the Big Star #1 record, but yeah, I don't know. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Last two, actually, I purchased these while Alex, again, my buddy from Beer and Vinyl, was here a couple weeks ago. Craft Recordings was having a really good sale, up to 40% off on a lot of records. And I picked up two off of that, which got to me toward the end of March. This is a comp. I haven't opened it yet. I'll need to, because I want to be sure it plays before I keep it for Christmas. This is Holiday's Rule, which I think came out on Paul McCartney's MPL Communications label with Craft, and I know there's a second one, but it holds a lot of like indie artists. You have, you know, groups like Fun, The Shins, Rufus Wainwright with Sharon Van Etten. You have Paul McCartney doing the Christmas song, Calexico, The Civil Wars. Let's see, Punch Brothers, The Head and the Heart, Andrew Bird, Fruit Bats. So all sorts of good stuff. It's a 2-record set on red vinyl. I got it for like $15. So I was really happy to have that. Like I said, there's another one, Holiday's Rule 2, which I will be on the lookout for. And then lastly, again, final shout out to my buddy Alex. And this is one of my favorites by my dad. Not by my dad, one of my dad's favorites. This is the Tony Bennett Bill Evans album. Obviously, you have the jazz pianist Bill Evans, who played, you know, Miles Davis all over the Kind of Blue album. And then, of course, you have, you know, crooner, you know, by many considered the greatest crooner, Tony Bennett, singing these standards with Bill Evans accompanying him. And it's just Tony Bennett singing, and it's just Bill Evans on piano. And it's a gorgeous record. I listened to it the other day. It's so good. Fantasy, the label. And again, this is one of the original jazz classics. So it's got that OB strip as well. But you have, you know, again, standards on here. Young and Foolish, One in Room, My Foolish Heart, But Beautiful, Days of Wine and Roses. Just great stuff from 1975. So very happy to have this to listen to for my morning coffee listening. So there you go, everybody. Those are my finds for the month of March. I can honestly tell you, I'm pretty sure April is going to be very slim for me. Probably most of what I'll be receiving will be things that I'd already pre-ordered. So just keep that in mind for next episode of this series. So in the meantime, let me know what y'all think of these. Let me know if I screwed up with any of them. If you like these, let me know if you'd like some of these deeper albums like the David Wilcox. In the meantime, y'all be good, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.